American Pickers alum Frank Fritz's father and close friends are in a court war over the late star's will. Frank passed away on September 30th at age 60, 2 years after he suffered a debilitating stroke in July 2022 that left him under conservatorship and guardianship. The U.S. Sun reported Frank's lawyer filed a will prior to his death in October 2023. Though the will was approved by an Iowa judge weeks after Frank's tragic death, the U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal more details from the court war over the late star's estate. Frank's dad, Bill Fritz, exclusively expressed his skepticism to the U.S. Sun. He said, "It is a fake will. He did not have a will. He did not sign it. I am his only loved one. I am his only survivor. None of them are related to him. I am the only relation he has. All the others are trying to get money. They are nothing but people who worked for him." Bill went on to explain how he and Frank were close through the years, as they spent summers deep-sea fishing at his home in St. Thomas. But Frank's close friends are insisting his father visited his son just once when he suffered the stroke. A source close to Frank, who is currently involved in the fights to protect the estate from Bill, told the U.S. Sun he's asking for the whole estate. He wants the will to be thrown out, so his money will go to the nearest relative, which is Bill. His father had very little to do with Frank. He only came to see Frank once when he suffered the stroke. The insider insisted the will is valid, despite Bill's claims. The source explained how while there were some concerns about Frank's mind when he suffered the stroke, he made all of the decisions sometime after therapy. The insider continued to claim he was making all decisions himself. It was the guardian's responsibility to carry out Frank's wishes, which I assure you he did. The source even claimed Bill was offered a role in the conservatorship, since he was Frank's only living relative, but he allegedly refused. Bill did not comment to the U.S. Sun's request on why he was not involved in the guardianship. The insider continued, he could have come up at any time to declare him, and he didn't. The Des Moines Register spoke with Bill's lawyer, who claimed defendants cut off all access to Frank. But the insider disputed this claim, insisting it was not the responsibility of the guardian to contact Bill with any information in regards to where he was. His responsibilities were to Frank, not to Bill. It is not anyone's responsibility to call him. He was not denied information, he just didn't call. When he did, phone calls were answered. Just because he called his son and he refused to answer does not mean Frank was denied his phone. He had his phone and he called who he wanted to. The U.S. Sun exclusively reported that on December 30th, 2024, an attorney for a friend of Frank's entered his appearance in the case on her behalf. Then, on February 3rd, 2025, a separate attorney filed a petition in probate to set aside will and jury demand, meaning to request a will be canceled or invalidated legally. The Des Moines Register then reported it was Frank's father who filed to challenge the will. Frank suffered a stroke at his Iowa farmhouse in July 2022. The U.S. Sun broke in August 2022 that loved ones filed a conservatorship and guardianship on behalf of Frank. The documents obtained by the U.S. Sun read, because of his stroke, Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to care for his own safety or provide for necessities such as food, shelter, clothing, or medical care, without which physical injury or illness may occur. Frank was also unable to make, communicate, or carry out important decisions concerning his own financial affairs. The initial plan filed by Midwest One Bank mentioned his assets. The court papers read, Mr. Fritz is a well-known collector and has numerous outbuildings full of valuable collections. The conservator has not yet inventoried those items, but plans to leave them largely as they are now, with the exception of stocking Mr. Fritz's antique store in Savannah, Illinois as needed. The documents revealed Frank's annual income of $60,000 from investments per his 2021 tax return. Frank left American Pickers in 2020 to undergo back surgery. He never returned and was officially let go from the series in 2021. Frank revealed his feud with co-star Mike Wolfe during an interview with the U.S. Sun in 2021. Mike and Frank made up during the health issues when they reunited over Memorial Day weekend of 2023.